In this video, I'm sharing 3 steps for manifesting things that seem outrageous, unlikely, and far-fetched. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Adrianne. I'm a manifesting coach and intuitive guide, and on my channel, we talk about getting into the flow and manifesting with ease. So if that's something you're interested in, I invite you to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so that you'll be the first to know when I publish new videos. There is basically one main thing that we need to do in order to manifest something that feels outrageous. First of all, just the fact that whatever we're wanting maybe feels right now really outrageous or unlikely, that's a sign that we're not a vibrational match to it. Because if we were, it wouldn't feel outrageous. If it had already manifested in our reality, it would feel normal. It would be like Abraham sometimes says, where it feels like just the next logical step. And so basically what we have to do in order to convert something from being outrageous to being our new experience of reality is we've got to normalize it. We've got to make it feel normal. And that is what the 3 steps that I'm going to be sharing with you will be centered around. The first step for manifesting outrageous things is to mine the past for experience. And what I mean by this is that you want to recall times in the past where something that seemed outrageous manifested for you. For me, what always comes to mind when I think about this is paragliding. So almost about 10 years ago at this point, my boyfriend Nick showed me a video of someone paragliding. And when I first saw this, honestly, I could hardly believe that people actually did this. And I never would have thought that I would become a person that would do this crazy looking sport also. But not too long after he showed me the video, he began taking lessons in paragliding, and then he got his certification. He began going on weekend trips and travel to Mexico and Utah and all these things. And I figured, well, if I want to hang out with him on the weekends, I need to learn this crazy sport too. And so I did it. I ended up spending 2 summers taking lessons. It took me that long, yes, but I did. I became a paraglider pilot. And just thinking about that, it's like, okay, if something that feels that outrageous, because I'm not a natural adventure sports type of person, as you may or may not guess about me, something crazy like that can happen and outrageous that I can actually willingly launch my body off of mountains and fly thousands of feet above land and everything like that, then surely whatever I currently think is outrageous or unlikely for me to experience must also be doable and possible and potentially already on its way to becoming a reality. And so that's what I would invite you to do as well, because I think we all have these things that we now take for granted. I mean, now it's just like, okay, Nick and I go paragliding whenever the weather is good, pretty much. And it still makes me a little nervous at times, like I feel pretty comfortable with it, which is crazy. So I know there are things like that most likely for you as well, where you are kind of used to some things that have manifested in your reality, but at one time they probably felt outrageous or unlikely. And so the first step is I want you to make a list of all of those things, because that is really going to help build your belief and help you see that just in the same way as these things have manifested that once seemed outrageous, that the current thing you're wanting to manifest that seems outlandish, outrageous, can manifest too. Okay, step number 2 is to affirm your creative power. And what I mean by this is to affirm what you already believe about manifesting. Here's one thought that could be a good example. Remember when Abraham says that it is as easy to create a castle as a button. Remind yourself that manifesting big things or small things, it's all the same process. And another thing I would suggest to remind yourself about is that you're source energy in a physical body. And because of that, you have access to the same energy, the same power, the same intelligence that causes grass to grow, that causes our bodies to heal, that causes all these kinds of miraculous things in the natural world to happen. And when you remind yourself about that creative power and intelligence, it can make whatever outrageous or outlandish thing you're wanting to manifest feel easy because you take the perspective of source energy. Another thing you might remind yourself about is that the universe responds to you. You are seen as a worthy and loved creator, and life wants to help you manifest what you want. And so when you focus on that support, it can make it easier to believe in whatever the current big dream or outrageous thing you're looking to create might be. And so for step 2, I think you should go ahead and make a list of all of the things that you believe about manifesting that help support and kind of shore up your belief that manifesting outlandish things doesn't have to be a big deal. It can be as simple as the way source energy causes grass to grow or our bodies to heal, things like that. And then finally, step 3 is mental rehearsal. And basically, the previous 2 steps have helped to really kind of shore up your belief and help things that felt at one time outlandish start to feel a little more doable, a little more normal. And so then the final step that really seals the deal is you've got to simply practice and condition your mind and your energy to really experience and see and perceive that outrageous thing as being normal. And so it's just like athletes do when they are preparing to go to the Olympics or something, and you hear about them repeating the routine that they will do to win the gold medal like over and over and over again. And of course, this is what translates over to our manifesting techniques of creative visualization, where we visualize in our imagination the thing that we want to have manifest as if it's already happening. And another way that I really enjoy doing this is with journal scripting too, where you write out the scene of what you're wanting to manifest and write about it as if it's already happening. I have a video all about journal scripting, which I will link with one of the little notes above, so you can check that out if you're interested. But basically, whatever technique you decide to use, the goal is that you need to do this mental rehearsal, get your mind and your emotions and your body used to the experience of what this outrageous reality would be like if it were normal. And so when you're doing the mental rehearsal, you really want to focus in that kind of a mode. You don't want to focus on like as if this outrageous thing happened today and you were just like, whoa, and really excited or like surprised by it. You want to put yourself into the experience of that this outrageous thing has already fully manifested and it's just kind of a natural part of your reality. And so it feels normal. That's how you can help normalize it, and that's how you can help it more easily become that next logical step, as Abraham says, that manifests into your reality. So those are my 3 steps for manifesting the outrageous. Basically, you have to normalize it. You have to make it feel like it's just a natural part of your reality. And I would love to know if you have ever manifested something that once felt outrageous, that you would like to share a little bit of that story with us in the comments below, kind of like my paragliding example. I mean, it can be helpful for you to share that just to kind of start making that list of you've done it before, you can do it again. And also, I know that I would love to see that, and also other people that may watch this video might also be inspired by what you share about your own experiences of manifesting the what once seemed outrageous. Thank you so much for joining me today for this look at how to manifest outrageous things. If you would like more tips and tricks and inspiration from me on manifesting, then I invite you to download my free guide to the 7 habits of highly magical people. I've put a link to this in the description box below this video, so you can check it out if you are interested. And also be sure to check out this next video all about 6 reasons why what you want is manifesting. Those 6 reasons apply no matter how outrageous your manifestation may be. So I hope you enjoy that. Thanks again for joining me, and until next time, happy manifesting.